What's up YouTube, this is Shuttle Boy and I'm back with yet another video. Today's video we're going to be talking about a new innovation in footwear, and is it actually the new big game changer with footwear, or is this just a flash in the pan? We're talking about today with you guys a new thing from Nike called the Nike Go FlyEase, the latest craze in footwear or new idea. Is to try and get sneakers to a point where we don't need to use laces. That's been something that Nike, and I've seen a couple other brands in particular, like Adidas, I've seen Puma, there's probably a couple other ones, but trying to work towards this goal of just not having to use laces and just finding alternative methods to get the shoe on your foot and still have a good fit. And it's very interesting that this goes in this way. But I'm going to get into the shoe specifically first, and then I'm going to say my thoughts on the shoe as well as my thoughts on that whole concept that they're trying to go for. Now, as you can see, this replaying loop of the shoe, this is the Nike Go FlyEase. That's the name of the shoe. And this shoe is going to be releasing, I believe, for $130, maybe $120, on February 19th, I believe, is the day. It was supposed to be the 15th, but they ended up delaying it a couple days. But coming pretty soon, which is pretty exciting to say, especially since this is a shoe that they're really hyping up from the technology standpoint. It's supposed to be a big breakthrough with footwear, and for it to show up so quickly after announcement is pretty awesome. And I think this loop pretty much explains it all, honestly. They have a huge press release that you can read through as well on Nike's blog. But I think this explains it well as I describe it a little bit more. If you see, real technology comes down to two things. This band you see right here, and then if it comes back here, this hinge. The hinge is what does it all, is really cutting the midsole in half right here, kind of at the 1/3 point in the footwear spot right there, right where the back heel cup and the forefoot start to like meet. And I find this very interesting because what they do is they take the forefoot overlay and they have that connected to the insole. So that's what you put your foot in, and then this part doesn't have the insole in it. It gets put back in when that shoe gets formed. And this little piece right here is a plastic piece that just pivots it, and essentially keeps the shoe together when it's really essentially broken in half. And then the band keeps it all together too when that pressure is being put when it's bent upwards. I find this very interesting in the sense of how they were able to like engineer this is very awesome. Just definitely really cool to see a company where you can clearly tell they were trying to find an answer to a problem they discovered, and they took a very unique approach to it rather than just making it a simple slip-on shoe. Like, think of the slip-on Vans. They don't do anything like that. And they just brought a unique take to it that the solution to that take was just something really I don't think anybody really expected, especially at this time period. I don't think anybody was really expecting the newest craze to come out from Nike right now. But it did. But let's look into the different things they say here, if there's anything that you need to know. But it's a truly hands-free shoe. I believe this is the first hands-free shoe, like truly hands-free, like it's supposed to be hands-free. Um, but yeah, it says bistable hinge that enables the shoe to be secure and fully open in closed states. I believe, I don't think there's any idea on the tech specs as far as the midsole is concerned. It looks like a standard foam, but with this band added on, it made me think it was React cushion, which would have been cool. But it just keeps talking about the FlyEase technology. But before this, so the word FlyEase was initially, it says right here, Since its debut, it was used on basketball, running, and sportswear, which is true, but it was not in this capability because a lot of those shoes were very like it would have a strap. So if I go down here, it would have a strap and then some fake laces, and the strap would have a zipper attached to it that would pull the strap, like it would open the shoe up more so you could get your foot in really easily, and then the strap would kind of like zip it really closed, and then you'd strap it down to make it even more tighter, which was it was a simple solution to a problem, which I thought worked really well. But it's cool that they found a different way to solve this problem without having to have a strap on every single shoe, because especially with the people that have conditions where they cannot tie their shoes. I'm sure a lot of them are tired of wearing shoes with straps on them. But pretty cool. And here's a picture of it. The colors here are white, celestine blue, which you can sort of see here. It's just a very light blue, and Volt, which is the obvious color here. They don't talk about what this color is, which is kind of like a peachish color. Then we have this color as well, which it's cool looking, but I just don't see myself wearing it. And then we have this one as well, which I'm just not a fan of all black shoes. I keep trying to think of, there's probably some kind of fit you can pull off with these, but I just don't see it at the moment. This one's not like crazy or anything, but I do think this is probably the best one of them all. But then if you want to see later on your own time, you can watch this video that explains it a little bit more. But I wish they showed a picture of the outsole. I want to see the outsole. But we're going to go over to sneaker news here, and you can see a little bit more closer pic of the other colorway. And right here is the date, like I said, March 19th. Get out there, and it's 120. It's not going to be 130. It's 120, which I think is a very good price. It's very fair of a price, which is really cool. But because they could have easily charged a lot because it's supposed to be the new big thing, you know. But I mean, it really doesn't cost that much because really what they're doing is, I mean, the cost of R&D. But really, they're just adding a piece of plastic right here, which is crazy because they didn't really have to do anything that nutty. It's just how the shoe is made is what's crazy. But all in all, guys, I gotta say, like, I think this technology is really cool, but I do have to say one drawback about it all is that other than for the people with the special conditions where they cannot tie their shoes, I don't really see this as necessary because people like laces. I like laces on my shoes. Laces allow you to customize the fit of your sneaker and make it so, hey, you want it a little bit tighter in the middle of the shoe, or you need it really tight at the ankle, you can do that. But with a shoe like this, you cannot customize the fit of the shoe. You cannot tighten the laces really tight to make the shoe a lot tighter on you or something like that, or loosen them up. So while I do like wearing slip-on shoes, I don't see this as a full-on feature because you still need some ability to customize the fit of the shoe rather than this just being the set fit. So that's why I see this as more as a gimmick in the long-term mass wider audience of people. But it's still cool nonetheless. Once again, I do like slip-on shoes, so that's why I don't really care either way if they try to keep doing this because I like wearing slip-on shoes. But another thing that kind of throws this for a loop for me is that having this, it is an easier way to slip on your shoe and not jam the back of the shoe. But it's like, think of the Vans slip-on. Like, I don't use my hands to put that shoe on. Like, we didn't need a super advanced solution for this necessarily, but nonetheless they did, and I guess it is a little bit more better quality of life solution than jamming your shoe on and just kind of hoping you don't ruin the back of it. While this one, it just makes it a lot easier. And it being on a more performance shoe does make it a little bit more interesting rather than just a pair of Vans. But yeah, it's just kind of one of those weird things where I think it's really awesome to see it, but then I also think more so, I don't really think it's solving a big solution that people have. I don't think this problem is as big as they try to make it out to be when it came to this or the auto lacing or any of that stuff. The auto lacing isn't really something we need. It's not really making our lives easier. But that's just me. Let me know down below what you think of all of these sneakers, guys, and the thought of this whole concept. I think it's very interesting, the route they took with this. Really came out of nowhere, and I do honestly like the design. I hope there's more colorways that come out, but honestly, I'm starting to like all the colorways a little bit more the more I look at it. And maybe I'll pick up a pair. We'll have to see. I am really curious on this technology, and I think it's really cool, especially for the 120 price point. It makes it a lot easier for someone to try out some new technology, and I really like that about this. But like I said, that's going to conclude the video, guys. Please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already for more golf wearing, more sneakers, more clothing, more Shuttle Boy. And this is Shuttle Boy, guys, and I'm out, guys. Peace.